10 years ago, who did you know with a Lamborghini? Or an Aston Martin? Or a Ferrari? I remember when I was about 23, 24, so that's 15 years ago, I was on the M25 and there was a Ferrari 360 stopping traffic. Everybody was slowing down to look at it. Everyone was circling around this car. It was an older white guy driving it. He must have been about 65 plus. He was smiling because everyone was paying so much attention. That's a 360 Ferrari all that time ago. Now, everyone has a Ferrari. Everybody has a Ferrari. Everyone has a nice Audi, one of the fastest ones, Q7 or an RS7, RS5. Everyone has a Lambo. Everyone has a Bentley. Everyone has a Rolls Royce. Everyone has fast cars. 10, 15 years ago, you couldn't name one person with a fast car. Now, you personally know somebody with a car worth $200,000 to $300,000 minimum. So if the world's getting so much richer, which it clearly is, because more people have more stuff than ever. I know more people with fast cars. I know more people with yachts. I know more people with jets, more people with boats. The world's getting so much richer, but at the same time, everyone's complaining about how poor they are. Why? Well, that's because the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. There's not going to be any middle anymore. Middle class is gone. The whole idea of the middle class has evaporated. You're either positioned in a way where you're going to benefit from the endless printing, the inflation, the asset price soaring, and the government screwing over the common man, or you're positioned in a way where you're the common man bending over, getting fucked. There is no in-between anymore. Have-nots, have-yachts. Every day is going to get worse and worse. What's funny is, if you're a poor person, you look around and think, man, everyone's struggling. But if you're a rich person, like me, you look around and think, everyone's making so much money. All of my millionaire friends have made more money this year than the year before. How, in such a struggling economy, where things are so difficult to do, is everybody earning twice as much as they earned the year before? Nobody with a job is getting paid twice as much. Your wages haven't doubled. But anybody with their own company is earning twice as much as before. It is so easy to get rich if you're in the right place. And the only reason for that is because Newton taught us there's an equal and opposite force. The reason it is easy for the rich to get richer is because if you're a normal person, you are getting fucked. And your chance of ever being wealthy or middle class or having a pretty good life, if you just stick along the path that the normal middle class people take, is basically zero. There is a large gap in between two islands. There's two islands with a river in the middle. One island's full of rich people, and they're getting richer every day. One island's full of poor people who are getting poorer every day. And each day that river goes wider and wider. It grows to the point where it changes from a river to a lake, and eventually it'll be an ocean. Insurmountable. You won't be able to get across it. You won't be able to pass it. You'll be stuck on the island you're on. So now you've accepted there's never going to be anybody who's doing okay. There's never going to be middle class. That for you to have a nice life, meaning a nice car, a nice house, nice education for your children, good health care, a few holidays, and to not be stabbed to death because you're not living in a shithole, you need to be a millionaire. You need to be a millionaire to have the most basic things that a middle-class person could have only 10 years ago. That's the bare minimum acceptable standard now, millionaire. Now you've accepted that, you need to make a choice. Are you going to try and swim across the river and get onto the rich people's island? Or are you going to continue to wait and procrastinate and hope that it's all going to work out and everything's going to be fine by itself, and stay on Brokey Island as that river gets wider and wider? By the time you realize that you needed to do something, that action is the only way out, by the time you're finally implored to take genuine agency and control over your own life, that river would have grown into such a large body of water, perhaps you're going to die as you try to make the journey.